So this dough is coming together very nicely. Yeah, it looks just like my mom's. Reminding myself of my mom. You know, the Polish heritage runs strong and deep. A recipe, a family recipe for grandma's pierogi. Potato pierogi, which is my mom's recipe, Big Martha. And I just want to make sure that I get the dough right, because if the dough's not right, the pierogies won't be right. So break one egg into a big bowl. One beautiful fresh egg from the chickens outside. And so break that up, add 1 teaspoon of salt. I always like to add that to the egg. Do that. And then your 2 tablespoons of sour cream. I confess I didn't have any sour cream in this COVID crisis. I didn't get to the store today, so I'm using creme fraiche, which is sort of a little richer, a little delicious. So you mix that together with 1 cup of milk. Get that all mixed in. So wet ingredients first, basically. It's just making a soft, beautiful, malleable dough that will encase the fillings. And I made a potato filling, same filling that my mom, Big Martha, would make. Steamed potatoes or boiled potatoes, peeled, mashed with a lot of butter, salt, and pepper. And my mom always added cream cheese, but I didn't have any cream cheese, so I didn't add any cream cheese, but really good. And then this is a mixture of old white cabbage. When I say old, it's like a dried out head of cabbage that I had, and I made this, it was in the freezer. You steam the cabbage, you squeeze as much water out of it as you can, and you mix that with cream cheese, salt, and pepper. Boy, is that good. Wait till you taste those. Now that's all nicely mixed, and add 1 cup of water. So that's your liquid for your dough. And now, don't use this to incorporate the flour because it'll get all gummed up. So use about 4.5 cups of flour. And this is, I already pre-measured. So I'll just add a little bit at a time. And my mom always used a wooden spoon to stir. I don't know why, but that's what she used. No mixers, no nothing, no whisks, a wooden spoon. And just keep adding your flour. I'll use this little bowl to dump it in. And I'm using Hecker's unbleached white flour, which is my favorite flour for all purpose. And I just like Hecker's, I don't know why. King Arthur's a good substitute for Hecker's if you can't find Hecker's. Let's see, this looks really wet. Oy, oy, oy. It's very wet. That must be at 2 cups of liquid. So I'm gonna just dump in the whole 4.5 cups. What you want is a soft, lovely dough. Oh look, it's coming together nicely. It's not exactly a ravioli dough, but you know, every single country has a dumpling of some sort or other. Empanadas, pierogies, pierogies, raviolis. What do the French have? Do the French have a dumpling? I don't know about that. But they have their crepes that they wrap around things. So this dough is coming together very nicely. Yeah, it looks just like my mom's. Reminding myself of my mom. You know, the Polish heritage runs strong and deep. But pierogies are our favorite holiday food. We love pierogies. Now it's good to let this rest, but since I am on a sort of a time bind here, I'm gonna try to do this without resting it too much. I should roll up my sleeves. I'm covered with all kinds of bruises and sores. I got bitten by one of my geese. I got poked by one of the rose bushes that I was trying to prune. You know, during this time, we're spending a lot of time outside, as much time as I possibly can, because I like being outside. You might have to add a little bit more flour. I didn't add the whole extra. This calls for 4.5 to 5 cups. And it's kind of wet outside today. This is my kitchen. I love my kitchen. It has lots of copper pots, has a cappuccino machine center over there where people come for their cappuccino. And it has a big wall of ranges. This is all jade ranges, which are so phenomenal. I love them. And I have Miele dishwashers, and I have Charleston refrigerators, a whole bank of refrigerators over there. So it's a semi-professional home kitchen. See how I'm kneading and see how nice it's coming together? It's such a good dough. You want an elastic dough that's not wet and that can be rolled out and formed into dumplings. And my favorite pierogies, let's see, cabbage first, potato second, sour cherry, fresh sour cherry, so good. Oh, and another one that is so good are the little sour Italian plums. I take the pit out and put a little sugar where the pit goes, and encase that in this dough and serve it with melted butter. Oh, it's brown butter, it's so good. But it's coming along here. What do you say? Now it's supposed to rest while you create the fillings, but since the fillings are already created, I got smart and I made those ahead of time so it wouldn't take up all day. So now we're going to let this dough just sit like that. Now I'm going to show you a secret. This is a secret, but I'm going to just cut part of this dough and put a little flour on the board. This is called bench flour because it's on the bench. Put your dough like this, and you don't want it to dry out, whatever you do. So the secret is put a bowl over it. That way it can't possibly dry out. You see how nicely this is rolling out? And that it's a little elastic is good because you'll see I'm going to stretch it as I fill the pierogi. Oh, my dogs are watching. Can you get a picture of Bête Noire down there? Look at Bête Noire. She's looking, thinking I might be making something with meat. Sorry, Bête Noire. This is a vegetarian dumpling fest that we're having here. I'm using my favorite rolling pin, which I got in Paris on my honeymoon. It's such a beautiful rolling pin. Only good thing about my honeymoon was this rolling pin. Okay, so make sure it's not sticking. That's the one thing you don't want it sticking, so you can lift it up like that and it's not sticking, and it's just doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Thank heavens. So then, using a cutter of about 2.5 or 3 inches, Mom always used one of those aluminum cold drink glasses. I don't know if you remember those. They came in hideous colors like bright red and bright blue and bright electric green. That's what she used to cut the dough like this. And now, to form the pierogi, I am going to first get my cookie sheet out. I use one of these flour sack towels. See this? And you put that over here, and you dust it with a little bit of flour. You can also use cornmeal, because that's where you're going to put your made dumpling on. Now, I'll do the potato first. So you hold it in your hand like this. See how nice this dough doesn't break? It doesn't do anything bad. And then a nice amount of potato. Mound it like this. And then pull the dough up until it touches like that. Look at that cute little dumpling. Now I like to secure the dough by doing a second little pinch like that. You do not want them falling apart when you boil them. And these are boiled first, and then you can do whatever else you want with them. I rolled out my second batch of dough, and now I'm making the cabbage pierogi, my favorite of all. And as I said, it's just fresh cabbage that's old though. It's dried. They turn white when they really get old. And you steam them, squeeze out all the filling, and you usually use like a baby diaper, clean baby diaper, or a flour sack towel like that, and squeeze out all the excess liquid, and then chop it. I do it in the Cuisinart, but we used to put it through a meat grinder at home when I was growing up. And that's the filling. It's extremely tasty. And lots of black pepper, lots of cream cheese, and lots of salt. You may not like the sound of it, but I guarantee you would like it to taste it because it's something very special. As you take them out, just get off the excess water and then gently put them into your buttered dish. You don't want that water on your serving platter. So you can see that's a potato, that's a cabbage. You can see the difference in color. Boy, do these look good. They look better than any place in Chicago. Forgive me, Kasha's. Better than almost, they look almost as good as my mom's. See, just put the butter on. You're not going to eat all this butter, but it keeps the pierogi from sticking to each other. There. And now I have to make a few more, and then we're ready for dinner.